Ark Scorched Earth is a brutal map, and it's one of the harshest maps with the hardest resources to find when you're getting started, so it takes a while to figure out where the good stuff is. So I thought I'd make a quick video for you guys, sharing what I think are the best base locations for PvP and just in general for resources. So hope you guys enjoy this video and find it helpful. It's pretty much a whole new game with this DLC. And what that means is you're going to have to look into different base positions to what we're used to in the standard Ark map. So what I thought I'd do for you guys is get on single play here and go and show you some of the positions that I know are good spots on this map. And one of the spots I know is because we built a base there. So basically what you want to be near is metal resources. You want to be near resources. That's one of the hardest things to find when you first jump on this map, and it's because they're very scarce. Like metal is only found on, I don't even know if it would be on this mountain here. There might be a bit on here. Yeah, there'd be some metal on this here, but there's few and far between. You can't find it anywhere but these big peaks like this. Some of the best positions are at the obelisks, because at the obelisks there's pearl spawns underneath them, and that's where you can get all your silica pearl needs. And the best obelisk is red obelisk. So this would be number one base position, is build near the red obelisk, specifically in this cave. This is my number one base position so far from playing on the Ark Scorched Earth DLC. And like I said, this is from experience. So this base position is the best base position on the map that I've found so far. And the reason for that is because it's close to the drakes. It's close to the wyvern scar, which is just around the corner here. And it's close to a lot of rock elementals as well, which is, it might sound like a bad thing, but it's actually a good thing. So this base position just here is prime. This is a flat spot here, and all you have to do to protect this area is you just have to get off and basically set up your base here. Oh, we'll just kill this guy. Scorch him. So this flat area here, set your base up there. Don't call your Drake on neutral. And passive. I don't know what he's trying to do. Going crazy. But the reason this spot is so good is because of this. There is, well, like I said, there's rock elementals and things like that, but I'll get my Drake down. There's a huge cave. So there's this big cavern, and the problem on Ark Scorched Earth is making a base that's big enough to store all your wyverns in. And what this means is you can, I'll just turn my camera up. You can build down here, and you can use this as Drake storage. And down the very end here, I'll just run down the end. Down the very end of this is a funnel, so no big dinos can fit down this end of the cave. And what you can actually do is chock it full of rock golems, so you can tame up a heap of rock elementals, rock golems, I use that interchangeably. Put them here, and then if someone tries to raid you, you can have them there as a really good defense, because rock elementals are a great defense on this map. Plus you got a lot of crystal spawns and obsidian spawns, and there's no drops in here, so depending on your server, the admin won't have an issue with you taking this over. And it takes increased damage, so that's I mean, that makes it a lot worse anyway, so. Oh, there goes my Drake. Let's see if we can catch him. So I think this here is one of the most prime spots you can build on the Ark Scorched Earth map. Also because it's close to metal, and down the end of the rock there, down the end of the cave is the obelisk with water and pearl spawns. So it's far away from wood, but it's pretty much close to everything else. And because there's no quets on this map, you obviously have to use a different farming technique. I'll just give you guys this coordinates. So obviously it's 80-30 is the coordinates for this. Because on this map you actually have to use glitch farming with the power sower. So you need to be on the ground, I think. If you build up too high on this map, it's going to make it really painful to get your base built up and to do farming runs, unless you've got a farming base specifically for it. So that is my number one recommendation from my experience so far, especially for PvP, because it means when you're farming milk for your wyverns, you don't have to kite it too far. I mean, a lot of people are setting up taming bases in the desert here, but still it's really effective. And plus you can farm the worms out in the desert there too. Okay, so another good spot for a base location is these huge tall peaks, these big pillars like this here, because as you can see here, they have metal nodes that spawn around them, and quite a few, so there's a heap of metal nodes up here. Like I said, I think on this map it's good to be down on the ground, but for defensive purposes, building up high is really effective, because it obviously means on this map that people can't bring up rock elementals to your base, but I guess also you can't use rock elementals as a defense, so it's a double-edged sword. But if you build up here, it's actually not a bad spot, to be honest. It's quite good, and it's a nice flat area, and it's at 50-60, this spot here. This spot is 50-60, and it's got a beautiful view as well. It's very scenic, so you can see the whole map, and again it's actually pretty close to an obby. You're probably better off building, like, that's one good one, so this one here is a really good spot too, and again it's got all the metal nodes down the bottom, and you're closer to the desert, so if you need to do things that involve the desert, like farming the worms, then you're closer to that. So I'm picking these base locations from how effective they are for PvP, and basically in regards to defense plus also resources, because like I mentioned, resources are the biggest pain on this map. Just going to be hard to store your drakes, I guess, if you have a base like this, but if you build a big enough base, it's not going to be too bad, because I guess they're a pretty flat area, so you can see this doesn't take up all this area, so you could build a huge base, big box for your wyverns up here. And the coordinates for this base location are 53-79, so again a really good spot to build. Like I say, pillars are really good for defending your base, and you've got quite a few of these all over the map. They're just a couple that I have seen that are pretty good, but again you can see there should be a few metal nodes around this one, not so much around this one, so it's more around those smaller ones there. And there's actually a few good spots to build near the red obby. Like I said, I think the best bet for anyone's base, for everyone to build, is as close to the red obby as you can get, because you want to be close to the wyverns, I think. And so there's also these mountains here, and there's lots of base positions here that you can pick from. If you want to be really game, oh, my bloom cord is turned back on. You can build at the very top of this mountain here. I mean, that'd be a pretty awesome spot. Obviously it means that you have to struggle to get your farming dinos up to it, but as for defense, this is pretty prime. So this one's 75-45 at the very top of this peak, and again it's close to the red obby, so you can go down and get your water. The only problem with these ones is there's no water exactly on them, right on them, but there's plenty of metal in these mountains. And the best thing actually about these spots in these mountains here is out in the desert you find the mantis, and the mantis give you a huge amount of polymer, so you can farm them on tap. You got your pearls close by, you've got all your resources close by at this position. The only thing you've got to be careful about is the wind area, the wind quality in the area, because some areas have a chance that your windmills will go down, so you might have to build extra windmills, which also makes these oases out in the desert not a bad spot to build, because in the desert you get 100% wind, and that means your windmills are never going to go down. So another prime spot I would say is probably here in the desert at 85-37, and this spot again is close to metal and close to all your resources, and it's got the most important resource of all, which is water, and it's close to drakes too, close to the wyverns, so you don't have to worry about building an extra pen over here. You could kite them back to your base quite easily, and then you've got all the things you need pretty close by. It's a pretty high traffic area, but it'd pay off. You could even build on top of this here, top of this peak, and that'd be quite defensible. But that's just a few locations I thought I'd share with you guys from early on in my experience. And hopefully you guys find this helpful. Obviously, they might not be the best locations ever. If you guys know better ones, let me know in the comments. And as always, if you enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like.